Good afternoon and welcome to the English Show, episode 38. My name is Stephanie here at Beltran Brito, and we're here to answer all of your immigration questions, accompanied by my two partners, Gil, the attorney, the most tropical attorney. How are we, Gil?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
I'm doing wonderful, actually.
Alexis, how are you?
I'm thriving, Stephanie. How are you?
Excellent. I'm, having a day, but it's fine. We're here.
You look great.
We're here. Honestly,
You're
the lighting
thriving.
is pretty good, so I'm not even bothered by it. Alrighty, so we do have some breaking news for today, which is really going to be nice to discuss. We're going to try and discuss changes with F1 student visas. We're going to discuss visa bulletin that just came out for August. So, and after that, we will be answering your questions live on all immigration matters for free. So go ahead and ask your immigration questions on YouTube, on Instagram, and all the platforms, on LinkedIn, Facebook, so that we can go ahead and answer. But let's get started, I think, with breaking news. Let's talk about the F1.
F1 breaking news.
Let's go.
Yeah. F1 just got a little tougher.
Yeah.
Not a little tougher, but more steps we need to take. Okay. There's a new rule just came out July 16th or 26th. Yeah, 16th. July 16th, new rule came out. Basically, future F1s are going to have an AUD, admit until date. If you are currently on an F1, I'm sure you're very well aware of this, but a lot of people may not be aware that you will receive what's called duration of stay. That means, generally speaking, through the time of your program end date, you will have maintained legal status in the United States as long as you continue to study up through the program end date. You'll have different options, apply for OPT, extend your program, things of this nature, right? So now they're saying, no, there's an admit until date. The maximum that a 4-year program is going to have is approximately 4 years plus a 30-day grace period at the end. Key on the 30 days, no longer 60-day grace period, including OPT. I didn't see so much info about OPT, but I'm assuming the 30 days will be after an OPT as well if they're doing it for the program date. So the idea of 60 days, if you already have an F1, if you're currently in that process, I'm sure you've already started receiving from your university or institution information about this. Keep in mind, you are generally grandfathered in already up through the end of your program plus 60 days if you are before, okay? If you're a new applicant, for example, a change of status to F1 or a visa at the U.S. consulate, it will only be 30 days. We'll discuss more who's included, who's not included. But if you are studying a foreign language, you will have 2 years only to study a foreign language. A lot of people come to the U.S. to study English. That's a very typical F1 visa. Be ready that is only 2 years, and then you will be granted 30 days additional. That's it. What happens if I'm not done with my program yet? What can I do, guys?
Well, one thing is like,
Extension.
I mean, listen, you can do an extension, change of status, those things still apply, but you have to be very mindful because the grace period only applies if you complete the program.
Really important.
If you decide to say, hey, I don't want to go back to school, guess what? The day you last studied is the day your visa status ended. So the grace period applies when you complete the program term. That was always the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you are at one university, you want to change, you're in an English program, you want to get a technical, you want to commit to an AA, a BA, whatever it may be. When you're doing those big changes before, you just needed a new I-20.
Correct.
Not anymore. Now the idea is you're going to have to go in and file a new I-539, and you're continuing the same status, but the underlying basis is changing essentially.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting. It just adds a step. And now instead of just dealing with the DSO, you're also going to deal with USCIS again.
There's also another significant change, which is within the first year of study, you cannot change your major, nor can you transfer program unless it's an extenuating circumstance, which they still have yet to define. So obviously we'll figure that out as we go. But that is very important for individuals to understand, especially this happens to me all the time. I'm requesting a change of status. They do it with regular processing. It takes 7 months. And then 7 months later, they said, you know what, Stephanie, I want to study here instead, or I want to study this major instead. You will not be able to do it within the first year of program study. So that is very relevant as well. make sure you're.
So you
saying
know what
you
a
want
lot of
from the beginning.
people did for many years is they would apply for whatever institution or school was very likely to get a visa issued for them at the U.S. consulate, come and study for a month and file a transfer to a cheaper
Mhm.
school, for
Right.
example.
Oh,
Or
right.
now you're studying English.
Yeah.
This is this is a known thing, and this is the reason. This is combating that issue, so people
Yep.
are not able to jump around. It's going to be a more serious process. I'll
Right.
say.
It's also the other way around. I would always experience it with people would study or people would get the I-20 for the school that they could show finances for, and then they would switch over to the program that they actually wanted.
Right.
Oh, interesting. But you
Mhm.
still need to show your finances for the new program, though.
But not with, if you only had the I-20, you only had to show it to the school, and the school was far less stringent than USCIS.
For the new
Great
program,
point.
For the new program.
Great
Yeah.
point.
So that
Yeah.
also was a significant change. Go ahead.
I believe they're also limiting it. And I don't know if you mentioned this, Gil. So let's say it's like a 4-year traditional program. Well, what if you take an additional year? Or what if it's a PhD program? It takes a little bit longer. I think there is a cap. I'm not too clear on that point.
you have to
yet,
file an
But
extension.
I think you have to
Mhm.
file.
You have to file an
right?
extension.
If
Absolutely.
it's more than that 4-year.
It's clear. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. They said you're going to need to file an extension.
right.
Regardless of it's fine that the program passes the 4 years. That's
Sure.
okay. You just what I want people to take away from this is it's not that you can't give student visas. Of course you can. You could
Mhm.
still do student visas.
Exactly.
That's not an issue. The issue is up to what date are you permitted to be in the US on that student visa until the program end date?
Yep.
And any
Yep.
changes that we're making, we need to file something with USCIS.
Sure.
Unless you feel like going on a nice little trip to the US consulate with the new I-20 for the
visa,
new
right.
school, I'm going to tell you, I think that's probably easier for most people. Okay, like they're changing schools.
Certainly cheaper.
They've already been 1 year, 2 years studying one program. They want to change to a different university, for example. Okay,
Mhm.
they're going to be able to do so. I think I'm going to suggest doing it via the U.S. consulate, just so you already get the new
Get the
visa.
visa.
You know what interests me there? It's like, well, but how much time are you going to be given on the visa at the consulate?
Right.
They sometimes give like 5 years. That's a typical thing because it's duration of stay. Now I'm assuming they're gonna give the visas up to the end of the program
I-20.
end date, I-20 plus the 30-day grace period. I'm
Correct.
assuming that's what
And
they're gonna be
30
doing.
days prior to the I-20 start date and 30 days after the I-20 end date.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what they're going to start doing. So it is, let's say, a significant change, but thankfully it's manageable. I think the individuals who will also really be affected are those individuals who are utilizing F1 as a bridge in order to apply for something else. This kind of changes your panorama a little bit. For instance, English programs will be capped at 24 months. And I imagine, inevitably, when you're filing an extension of stay for your English program, there is going to be a lot of scrutiny on that and say, well, hold on, in 24 months, you haven't learned English and you still need to continue studying. I think there's going to be very, very heavily scrutinized. So it's something you need to consider as far as your long-term plan for your permanent residency, as to how it's going to play into maintaining your non-immigrant status.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see.
How would they know that anyways? Like, how would they evaluate my
Do they call you in
ability
for an
to
interview?
speak English? Like, and then what happens when you walk in there and you're like, me llamo Juan? You know what I mean?
You're like, that's still
Like,
Spanish.
you know what I'm saying? Like what, like, I just don't know. So this is, they did announce that this was coming.
They did.
Yeah.
I would
It's been in the
say,
works for a
Remember
while.
when-
it's been a
For
while.
long time.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks ago, we were like, I guess it's not happening.
We hadn't heard anything else about it. We're just like, and then they're like, whoop. And then as we
And always on a Friday night. I would like, I have a direct message to USCIS. Stop doing this on a Friday night. You're ruining our weekend.
I don't know what's better, Friday or I think Monday would be worse.
The Monday
to be honest
morning?
with you. The Monday morning surprise. Yeah,
Lord.
that's not great. So, next piece of news is public charge is back.
Yay!
I
Literally
think
this morning.
Stephanie said to us, there's nothing happening in immigration law. It's a dead
Over the
summer.
Ding, ding,
Nothing's
ding.
happening, you know.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, we got a lot of changes. Public charge. I have not read the whole thing of Federal Register. It's 150 odd pages, so I probably will take a nice, good look at that. Alexis, we've been discussing it. It looks like, yes, this is a thing.
Yep,
Okay.
100%.
September 16th, 18th. What is the date? 18th.
18th, 2026.
Any case filed after September 18th, 2026 will be scrutinized under the new poverty guidelines. Go ahead, Steph.
Let me put a pause here. How is that any different from what they have already been doing on page whatever of the I-45, where they're asking about assets and liabilities and
They
tested
they
means.
mention everything.
Like,
They,
they've-
the
that's
means
what I'm saying.
tested.
It's-
Yeah.
This is almost like, I do want people to understand it. They're rescinding the 2022 rule, which was Biden administration. They're going back to the original Trump rule is what they're saying. But this administration was already going towards that, which is why they changed the I-45 in the first place. And the I-45 was already asking these questions. So I don't think in practice, unless they implement the new form again, the I-944 again, I don't think in practice it's going to be very substantially different. Personally, I think they were already doing this.
There's only one, I think the biggest change is the non-cash benefits. They're going to take that into consideration. That's really it. Anything
Explain
with
that.
food.
Yeah. Talk about
So
that.
let's say food, housing, and health, right? Where you have some sort of discount on what you pay in your rent, what you pay towards your health care. Think of, hey, a school food, right? So reduced lunch at school or free lunch. Some sort of maybe work-life employment housing benefit. So you're not on Section 8, right? So you're not getting this direct benefit, but even some sort of reduction, that may be considered. It's not automatically bad. It doesn't mean that you will be denied, but it's something that they will take in consideration in this holistic, all-out approach. I think they're just expanding what they can consider.
But here's the thing, right? I'm going back to this because I really do think it's really not much of a difference. Page 19 and 20 of I-45 are asking explicitly on those programs that you're discussing, the cash benefit programs, and they're expecting you to list any benefits received, start dates, end dates, dollar amounts, and whether or not it's exempt for public charge. And basically, that's going to be the question. So maybe they'll look at this information differently, and maybe that's what they're announcing. But it's not like you're providing different information. This information was already being provided to USCIS via the I-45, via the changed I-45 that Trump administration did.
It's to make it official. That's all it is.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. I really think this is just like making official what they've already done. I don't think it's going to be significantly different to how it's been operating up to now. My 2 cents.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think that the most important point is what Alexis said, non-cash. What about Obamacare?
So I looked at
Is it
it.
That's the one
It's reduced.
and then the thing is though, it's means tested.
Exactly. So it's a means tested benefit. They're going to consider it.
So,
I think
okay.
so.
So
And what's crazy is it's that you have the potential to be a public charge. So they're looking.
They're
at all this to
evaluating on the
see
potential.
the
Not that you are a
future.
public charge right now,
Yeah,
that you have the
potential.
potential to be a
So
public
that's why
charge.
they want to take every factor. And I always say, well, you know what? Counterbalance that. Show, your contributions to society. Are you some sort of religious affiliation and you contribute to the community somehow that way? Or even if you're irreligious, but you contribute some way back to the community, that's also a positive factor.
Mhm.
It's a checks and balances. This is what they're doing. They're expanding what they consider. We'll see how they apply it. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. As to that point, Steph, what do you got?
So I was very curious about the Obamacare as well. So I had done a control find. Again, it's 150 pages. So I had done a control find in Affordable Care Act, and there wasn't anything specific to it except for one part, which was responding to a comment.
Exactly.
So for me, it's unclear whether or not
Is that on purpose?
It is.
Because there's
It
too
is.
much special interest in healthcare in the U.S.
100 pages are just the comments.
Correct.
Approximately 100 pages.
Yeah.
And everything is like the same response. We're not saying it goes against, but in summary.
I just think
But we're
so
not
many
saying that it
people
won't be
benefit
considered.
from the healthcare system
course.
financially in the U.S., and the least of which is immigrants.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Is like, yes, they're obtaining some benefit. They're paying a lower fee for their healthcare, et cetera. Yeah. We're not talking about free healthcare. We're talking about, but in some cases it's up to like 75%.
The states,
You know,
give
75%,
a lot of healthcare
Yes.
insurance benefits.
Yes.
It seems
states.
like it's mentioned 3 times, Affordable Care Act. And one of the ones that they're mentioning is only the Affordable Care Act's Medicaid expansion. So that may be the only part of it that they're looking at.
Which is basically what we've always held on
Right.
to, which we're like, I would avoid Medicaid. Like that's
Yeah.
like one thing
Right.
that I'm generally, unless it's emergency Medicaid and there's no other option and you have to like save your life. Clearly, you're going to take please please get the healthcare
Yeah,
you need and take the
absolutely.
Medicaid, and we're going to figure this thing out afterwards. But Medicaid, Obamacare was not an issue during Trump 1.
Mhm.
Correct.
So I can't imagine it's going to be an issue during Trump 2.
That's why.
However, a lot of people are asking me. Okay. And
So
I
it's
know
good to address it.
and I know it's good to address it because so many people are using this service because they're eligible for it. So I always think, Alexis, and we and you debated this last week.
Where was I?
If you obtain probably, I'm assuming eating a tequeño. So
There you go.
regardless of the fact, okay, that that they're obtaining this benefit, if they told absolutely the truth and everything,
Mhm.
and was given this benefit by the state, by the federal government, by whatever, okay, organization that's helping them for their medical needs. If you're there saying absolutely the truth and you receive a benefit, how can they now say, oh, well, you're more likely not to be a public charge? Well, okay, but is it illegal to take that benefit? No.
No.
I think the issue is like, hey, you're trying to get a benefit that's for a United States citizen. You're claiming to be a false claim to U.S.
Oh, yeah,
citizenship.
that's
You're
That's
toast.
a no-go.
You're
No-go,
toast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's never like no. Okay, outside of that, these are just hardworking people that they need health insurance for their family. They're like, hey, I got Med-Cal.
Mhm.
Okay, that's available in California. And listen, I don't know what percentage of the state's on it, but a huge percentage of the state of California is on it.
Okay.
And I pay this nominal amount and I get health care for me and my family. That's not being mentioned in this public charge straight, specifically.
Straight up.
Yes, they mentioned. I still believe that the worst is cash and housing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I would even put food temporarily is okay. I would say cash and housing, that's what you really need to avoid.
So what comes up what if it's like workforce housing?
okay.
That happens a lot.
Talk
right?
up, give me an example of that.
So listen, you're making above average, which is perfectly fine. You're no, I don't know. Let's say here I've seen it with Miami-Dade County. You might earn $65,000 annual salary, perfectly fine, even a household of one. And they'll say, you know what, you're entitled to workforce housing. You get a reduced maybe average rent of 10, 20%, something like that. So there is a benefit that you're receiving. It is means tested, but does that mean you're a public charge?
I mean, do you need to disclose everything that's means tested on the I-45?
I think a new I-45 will be released.
Yeah. No. They're releasing a new I-45. That's
And I think
100%.
there
Is it
will
an
be
I-45 or
clarity.
is it I-944?
I'm sorry, excuse me. It's probably going to be a supplementary form like
Or
you
like a
mentioned.
public
Yes,
charge
a
one?
public
Yeah.
charge form.
So-
Yeah.
So I think
I-944.
that's where it will be.
What's that?
I hated
The
that
I-944,
form.
sure.
I hated that.
You know
form.
what though? Maybe now they'll make it more efficient because everybody knows that
Oh,
the
it was
government makes everything more
miserable.
efficient.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
It'll be like
gonna
50
happen.
pages.
It was miserable. Do you guys remember that?
It's very time consuming filling out. It was that I-914. I forgot.
944.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
miserable.
Yeah. Jeez,
Time to be alive.
was bad.
They
I'm
did
not
make a
concerned.
specific section for pregnancy because I feel like we're going to get that comment a lot, right?
Mhm.
So under Trump 1, pregnancy was not an issue because it was considered an emergency state. It was considered a temporary state. So it was
Right.
really not an issue for public charge. They have a whole section on pregnant women where they basically, to Alexa's point, say nothing. They say, hey, we received a comment that this might be detrimental to promoting pregnancy, promoting all these things, promoting, it could lead to individuals to perhaps be restrictive in what they do, whatever. And then ultimately what they're concluding is that they are saying DHS will consider the fact that these benefits are a temporary condition pregnancy when considering the alien's receipt and the totality of the circumstances. So they are kind of
How about
treating
if
it
it's
still
a permanent?
temporary.
How about if it's permanent, not temporary? Like, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, you just having one after the
you're
other.
just
after the
popping
other,
them
after
out,
the
man.
other.
You're popping them out. You know.
9-month gap
And
is
then
enough.
the other one would be, but they are considering, the way they are considering it is if, because the reason you qualified for the pregnancy benefit, right? Or the pregnancy, let's say a Medicaid related to your pregnancy, was because your income is below a certain threshold, they're going to consider the income. So it's like, by extension, you're kind of, you are kind of evaluating it.
And that line, they repeat it over and over
Yes.
and over again. It's
Yes.
insane. Yeah.
So I would argue that that's a benefit for the U.S. citizen.
That's what I said,
That's an
yeah.
argument for the U.S.
For the
citizen.
minor, yeah.
I like what they did during Trump 1, and they made it very clear that you're covered, even Medicaid up to 60 days
Mhm.
postpartum. You're still covered under that, and that's okay. What their main concern is, I just think what we've been discussing and kind of, and guys, we'll get to the questions now in a few minutes. We've been dancing around this, and we said it, but
Mhm.
let's reiterate it. They want to see, they're trying to understand what this future person is going to cost the United States
Yeah.
on a per dollar basis.
Yeah.
They want to see if this is beneficial, if this is a plus or a minus. And that's what it, and you're right, there's going to be various factors. And I think it's literally going to be like pluses and minuses. You have a high income, even though you've had a little public charge, let's call it public charginess
Yeah.
in your background. Okay,
You
to make
dabble,
up,
you
let's just
dabble.
make up words.
Yeah.
So I'm dabbling in a little public charge. Am I super concerned? I'm a high income earner currently. No.
Is there a pattern?
Yeah. Okay. Is there a
Right?
pattern? Was I on it for 3 months because I was going through a tough time?
Right.
You know, or like that. It was an emergency. Come on.
Yeah.
You know. So we're gonna have more information about that. Hopefully in the coming weeks. I do believe there will be USCIS will go ahead and put out their policy on this, you know, whatever new form or new, and then we'll have more information. We'll know exactly what people need. But if this is only for cases filed after September 18th.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
If-
thinking fall,
yeah.
winter.
If
this
your
year.
case is
Yeah.
pending currently with USCIS, it's not something that I'm particularly concerned about, but I feel they can ask you some of these questions at an immigration interview, so you need to prepare accordingly. Okay.
Is this because they want to be able to discuss it prior to the elections?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is this happening right now? F1, public charge, because they want a talking point for the elections.
I don't think so.
I mean, they're
F1's been
already
in the works.
anti-immigration.
Right. Is
Yeah.
it a talking point for November to be able to say, look, we have delivered on our anti-immigration stance?
Absolutely.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
we've delivered.
So
Continue
you
to vote
think
for
you
us.
think
Hey.
you're thinking buckle up. The next 45, 60 days is going to be a roller coaster.
So they
because
have a talking point.
These guys are going to roll out everything they want. They want to bring the receipts to the election and say,
Action, yeah.
this is everything we've done for you guys. We said we were going to do it. We actually did it.
I think so.
And then after November, they're like, they're like, like, I hope so.
I have hope.
No matter what, politicians know how to spin everything.
I have hope.
Let's go to the questions.
Wait, don't we want to talk about Visa Bulletin?
Oh,
We
geez.
should. We should Visa
Oh,
Bulletin. We should
people
Visa
are-
Bulletin.
people are-
Give us a summary.
We
on
should go
that.
Visa
All
Bulletin,
right, let's
guys.
go Visa Bulletin.
All right, just to be clear, the charts are remaining the same from the current month. Family based is dates for filing. Employment based is final action. So let's go side by side, family. Can anyone?
I'm
help me
sorry,
with
you just
this?
said, final action for employment based.
Final action. Is for
Looks good.
employment-based.
Here, look, I have it here, Steph, if you want. That's
I'm going to
just-
go a
yeah.
side by side, July, August, and I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
yell out the changes. Okay.
How about you just go through employment based 1, 2, and 3.
But I wanted to talk about family based.
We'll do that
Oh.
second.
Okay, fine. Go. I'll go.
I have employment based right here. Go.
Well,
Oh, boy.
EB1 stays current,
Yes.
right? EB2 and IW stays current.
Amazing.
And,
Amazing.
you know, for most countries, right? India and China have their exceptions. India's already, I don't know if it was already like this in July, but India is a no-go.
It's a no go
EB2.
complete.
A
It's
no-go.
It's
Yeah.
a no go,
Yeah,
no go.
they're done. They're
EB2.
full.
Yeah, yeah.
EB3, it
EB3
advanced, right?
jumped from August 1st, 2024 to September 1st, 2024. So a 1 month jump.
What
That's,
about other
by the way,
workers?
which is fantastic from 1 month to the next.
Really good.
That's great.
Continue.
EB3 other workers also a 1 month jump from March 1st, 2022 to April 1st, 2022.
Sweet.
And EB4 also had a 1 month jump to October 2022.
How about family?
All right, give me 1 second. 1 second.
I want to know about F4 because I have someone who's been waiting for
I
a final
do.
action.
F4?
How long has this person been your client?
No,
Oh.
final action or I'm like 2009.
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh, September 1st.
No, it's dates for
2009.
filing. It's dates for filing.
No, I wanted to know final action.
No, he
see
wanted
if
to
it
know
would be
final
approved.
action.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I see, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so they're going by dates for filing. Currently in F1, there was a large jump from January to June 2019. Really nice.
6 months. Nice.
F2A is still current. Incredible. We really need to capitalize on that. Continue to capitalize on that. Find your love in a permanent residence.
Don't
F2B.
Don't suggest that.
Only if it's true.
Only if it's real. F2B did a significant jump from June also to January 2019. Really
Nice.
significant, like 6-month jump. F3 made a significant 3-month jump to March 2013. And F4 made a significant jump at 3 months to June 2010. So honestly,
Not bad.
not what I
Movement.
expected
For
for
an
August.
August bulletin,
Not what I expected
not bad at all.
Really, really nice. I mean, is that
Okay.
for other reasons? Yeah, but
What do you think is the reason?
because there's less applications.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably.
no. That we know.
So
We know there's less. Yeah.
And I think for anyone who's asking or going to ask, 75 countries, the ban's still there, litigation is still pending. So if you have any questions about that,
Welcome to the Belcher
answered.
and Brito Negative News Hour.
I know.
We're
Be
here
positive.
And the negative news. Let's go to the questions, guys.
Let's go to the questions.
go for it. But thank you.
I did.
Can I just take it?
You may take it.
I know you hate answering this question, anyways.
I love answering that question.
We'll
No,
do
no,
GSA.
You hate
That's an
it.
easy question.
You hate answering.
That's
that
a
question.
toss up. You just took the easy question. That's what you did.
Yes, I didn't. It's the first one, so I take
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
EB1A, hi Spath, realtor. EB1A approved in 14 days. Beautiful. Premium Nora fee. Hey,
Beautiful.
amazing. Congratulations. F2 for 2 years. Last entry, June 5th. Should I wait 90 days to file my I-45? I'm pretty staunch on this. If you go down the rabbit hole, you'll see a lot of people recommend waiting the 90 days. I am not one of those people. As long as it's not tourism, I generally will file within the 90 days. I have no issue. You've been 2 years on that status. Does it really matter if you're I-94? You know what I'm saying? Was at the end of the day, it's about intent. Okay, you've already filed the I-140 and it was approved anyway. So if you have to argue it, if it's going to be an issue, it's going to be an issue. I don't think waiting the 90 days is going to have absolutely any difference whatsoever on the adjudication of the I-45. My 2 cents.
I would wait.
I know you and me
July,
are
August,
you
September.
and me are different on that. I know
Look at
that.
the August visa bulletin.
You
So
are
you're good on the August visa
you are
bulletin.
different. So what is the reason for waiting?
Obviously, I like the 90 days just because of F2. On F2 entry, I like the 90 days no matter what.
But what's the reason?
For
Explain.
immigrant intent, I understand because you already filed a 9-140, you're kind of contravening the immigrant intent. I absolutely get it. But like if I could wait, I would wait. And then I would just wait till mid-August, look at the September bulletin. If September bulletin allows me to present in September, file in September. If September bulletin is no go on EB1, I would file in August.
What's the benefit of waiting 90 days?
I think there's a stronger argument to be made, especially if you marked I-140 consular, that
Where-
you planned to depart.
Where does it
and your
say?
intention
Where
changed.
does it say an F2 cannot file an I-45 within 90 days?
The immigrant intent portion of the policy manual?
No, but it's 30 days for sure. 60.
Where
Beyond 30, you're fine.
we've gone back and forth on
30,
this
30 days is
so many
really it.
times. Tourist, 100%.
I know that they've
Tourism.
removed it, but I
100
still
It
abide
doesn't
by
exist.
I still abide by it.
No, I understand. It doesn't exist. I'm saying you have 2 attorneys. Their opinions completely different. This is what you will see everywhere. Sorry. Listen to whoever you want to listen to.
You're fine. 60 days.
I've just been
90
doing
days?
this so much longer than everybody else.
I don't try and flex right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've
you know
just
what?
been doing this so much
You know
longer.
what? I won't even trade ideas with you anymore. That's fine. That's fine. No problem.
Go, Steph. I'll let you.
No, go ahead, please.
No,
No,
it's
no.
GSA.
It's your
Oh, we're going down the line? Okay, great.
If not,
Walk
good.
the line.
Hi, Tropis. EB1 concurrent filing I-140, I-45. Priority date is March 2025. Approximately how much longer do you think it might take for my case to be processed? I want to say you are already within a period where you can already do a service request. I think so. Alexis will be verifying this information for me shortly. Let's see. I-140.
No, you're not even close to service request. You're talking it's
For
over
EB1?
it's EB1's over 20 something months, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we checked this the last time.
Yeah. It's crazy
Yeah.
right now.
We checked this. It jumped.
20,
It
24,
jumps
26.
significantly.
It jumped significantly.
Yeah.
She said March 2025, right? Yeah. So it jumped significantly, and now officially they're saying 30 months, which is insanity because
Yeah.
like 2 months ago they were saying 12 months. Excuse me, they were saying 15 months. It might be longer. I don't think you're going to hit 30 months specifically, if I'm honest. I think maybe you're probably going to get a decision this year. I think it is a 2026. I don't think it's going to be full 30 months, but you can always pay premium.
Good luck, fam. I'm going to take this.
What's
with
your
this.
advice on premium a year after?
EB1, I'm
Oh, for
fine.
was
EB1?
filed.
EB1, I'm fine.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm a supporter of that.
But also, you have a concurrent I-45. What's the point?
That's true. They did file an I-45. So what's the hurry?
What's the hurry?
Hey, man. Sometimes I just want to know. They got the
So
itch.
conclusion, premium or not?
I think it's up to the
If
client.
it brings you peace of mind, if it brings you
What's
peace
their
of
status?
mind, do
What's
it.
their status?
I-45 pending.
I-45 pending.
And that's all they got?
Yep.
Sit back and wait.
If it brings you peace of mind, do
Let's
whatever you
vote.
want to do.
Let's vote.
We're gonna vote.
We're voting.
No, I'm gonna let them do whatever.
I'm
they
going to
want.
say no, don't do that. No premium.
Do whatever. Wow, we're really just butting heads. The three
No
of us
premium.
today. Okay.
Alexis, no
It's just
premium.
Boys versus girls.
2
today, I
out of
guess.
3. So 9 out of 10 dentists recommend that you don't do premium processing.
Boys versus girls today. Okay, that's fine.
Hey, you're right all the time.
Hey, but if the client wants to do it, there's
It's true.
nothing wrong
No,
with
you're
it.
right all
But
the
just
time.
Good luck.
All the time you're right.
I didn't
Yeah,
like how
it-
sarcastic.
It's
that
not
was.
sarcastic. You're 100%. I'm
Uh,
telling you, there's times that you're the best attorney on this panel by far. There's been many
said it, by the
shows.
way.
There's
We
been
said
many
it.
shows that you're the best
We said
attorney
it.
on this
Sarcasm
panel.
is just
No, I'm not
dripping
being.
off
I'm
of
not.
you.
I'm not. I'm being sincere. I'm being sincere. There's many times that you are absolutely the best, and you come up with legal strategies which are phenomenal, and I applaud you for them constantly. But sometimes we don't have to agree on everything. It's okay.
Thanks, guys. That's
It's
very
okay.
kind.
Yes.
They're both right.
Probably the kindest thing you guys have said to me
Well,
all week.
it's true, by the way. So, I'm sorry.
Shameless plug, really quick.
Go ahead.
Jose, that's okay. Jose, how do I get a valid for DB2 and AW eligibility? What are my first steps? Contact us, and we'll let you know. Send us your CV. Write us at
And fully did.
info@beltranbrito.com.
That was the move. Hold up. No, this is what he would do. It again, Alexis. Alexis, do it again.
Contact us. There you go.
Yeah, that was the button.
Us,
Sorry.
us.
Sorry. Okay, let's go
Sorry,
really
Gina
quick.
here.
Go ahead.
Ciudad Juarez, how long is it taking? Consular processing, immigrant visa. I think it kind of depends on the visa. Usually family will take a little bit faster, but for employment, what, maybe like 12 months?
I would say it's taking forever.
longer?
I think Mexico's taking forever right now on immigrant visas. Yeah, they're taking a long time. I would say over a year.
Maybe 12, 18
if
months?
it's like EB2 and IW, I'm telling you, I have a ton that the expedite appointment was approved without us requesting it.
Really?
And we're still waiting. It's like 6 months post expedite appointment and they don't do anything. And we're just like, so
Wow.
anyways, I'm just
Wow.
throwing that out there. Yeah, sorry.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Sorry, Gina. Hi. AOS. I know we need vaccines for the USCIS medical exam and approval. My mom lost my records and the government in my country doesn't have them. What are my options? Get the vaccines again? Well, yeah, that happens a lot, unfortunately. I'm not the best person to talk about that because I am a little anti-vaccine.
Oh, stop. Don't say that.
So I'm an anti-vaxxer.
You're not. Don't lie to the people.
I've had all my vaccines. Unfortunately, I didn't control that. But
you would take measles tomorrow if you
I
had
would-
to.
if I have to take a shot and I'm applying for a green card, sure, I would take it. Yeah, because I don't have it's not for religious reasons. I just don't love the whole medical complex. How you're forced to have 80 vaccines for a child in the United States from the age of 0 to 18. But that's neither here nor there, Stephanie. So we'll go on. So you're gonna have to take the vaccines again. Sorry, Audrey. That is absolutely.
Long-winded
Contact-
way.
That is. You're gonna have to take them again.
But here's an idea. Audrey, did you ever provide that or your parents provide that to the school, to the university? Maybe they have a record.
Good
Get a
check.
copy.
Yeah.
The doctor, the pediatrician, the hospital.
Yeah, but they
See
can't.
if
This is the
someone has
thing.
a
They
copy.
don't know where and again, it depends the country. There's some
Sure.
countries, and some doctors, what
Yeah.
they'll do in some countries, Audrey, just so you know, my clients go through this a lot. they'll get a letter from their doctor certifying the vaccines that this person had,
Sure, they
even
have
if
the
that
records,
if the
too.
actual like little card isn't available or whatever. So I would try that first. If not, unfortunately, yes, it is something. I mean, why is the flu shot forced on immigrants?
Honestly, that one I'm surprised by.
Why is the flu shot
Yeah.
obligatory?
Like, I get
measles. That makes
I
sense.
get Tdap. Tdap
Absolutely.
is like, I'm absolutely understand on Tdap and measles.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
COVID and flu, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, no, COVID, thank God that's not a thing anymore. But well,
Oh, verdad.
that's not a thing.
On
The
on
vaccine, the vaccine,
correct,
but the
correct,
flu
correct.
vaccine,
But the flu is
it's like,
still on there.
I don't get that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Like,
It also changes and there's strains every year. So just like by the time this person probably immigrates, it's already invalid. Yeah,
irrelevant, yeah.
guys. Like
we gotta crank it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm long-winded today.
Juan, I just need your green light to submit my consular process. I sent you an email. We'll get an interview soon. Yes. Stephanie's going through it today, but she's going to be in contact today, Juan, I promise. Let's see. Hi, guys. I applied and recently got approval for Form I-539 using I-20 from university and master's program A starting fall 2026. I want to switch both university and master's. Is this possible? Part one. I read that the current administration wants to implement new restrictions on the program. Could I make the switch before those restrictions effective? Yes. So the whole point of the transfer where you have to wait 1 year before you transfer programs, that is not going to be implemented until September, if I remember correctly, right?
believe
September, we
so.
said?
Yeah.
Okay,
18th,
let's just triple check the date for you.
September 18th, 2026.
Perfect. September 18th, 2026. So as long as you're making that transfer now, you're perfectly fine. That being said, and Alexis and I were talking about this recently, so if you want to chime in here, if the I-539 was approved with one I-20, I have had this situation before where I need them to at least complete one semester of study with that I-20. That was the one that was approved for the I-539. What is your opinion there? Remember we were talking about this yesterday?
Yeah.
I think that's sound conservative advice.
We've dealt with this.
We've dealt with
this.
it.
We've dealt with this.
Under certain
Yeah.
circumstances, if the DSOs allow it, it's because it's acceptable. And if you change the program,
I'm just saying I have to defer to the university.
That's what I said too.
Yeah.
I pivoted it to the DSO.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they issue the new I-20 and they do the transfer and they say it's fine because you studied sufficiently, maybe you only studied for a month and then
But
you're
maybe
like,
they
you know,
didn't. That's the
oh, okay. I'm
situation
sorry.
I had.
If they didn't study, they're in violation of the non-immigrant visa status. So
So the I-539 is approved. It's probably the same thing.
Well,
Oh my God. This is this is the one I asked you about, Alexis. This is the one we were talking about. Clara.
Yeah.
Hey, Clara. How you doing?
I think I'm in agreement. Yeah,
Jesus.
that's it. That's what we
literally
spoke
the one
about.
we were talking about. Okay. So here's the situation. I-539 is approved on Monday. Do I have to start with my new program, or I have a really cool opportunity for a master's program at a different university? Can I just go straight to the master's at the different university?
I don't think so.
I pivot. I
doesn't
think there
make
has to be a
sense.
question directly for the DSO.
I don't think it makes sense that that's going to be allowed, but obviously the university has to be the one to advise on it, not us.
Yeah,
That's a very specific
It's
question.
DSO specific.
I think though here what might be different is the program has yet to start.
Right. That is
So
the
the fall
situation.
program starts in August. Can I, before the program start, switch?
I've been seeing some weird things that DSOs have been
Yeah.
allowing,
So
like even benefiting my clients, by the way. So like
Yes.
beneficial to my clients.
mhm.
And I've been seeing weird things that they're allowing, and I've just been kind
You
of blown
just kinda
away.
disagree with
And
me.
I'm just like, hey, no, I'm saying I gotta go with what they do.
I think
Like
so.
if they allow it and they don't
If
have an
they
issue,
run it through
so
and the I-20 is approved
to
by
Clara's
CVIS.
point
Yeah.
is like, does she file an extension of status with USCIS? And I gotta defer to the university. Very likely they're gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to do anything. We're just gonna transfer. Clara, you're probably gonna be okay, but I still want you to get it in writing from the university.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
whatever you do it before September.
That's so funny. That was
Yeah.
literally the one we were talking about.
There's a couple here. Whoa, where'd they all go?
No, I
Oh,
deleted
you
just the
deleted
Clara
them.
one.
Sorry. Just to get in a question. So here we go with the moderator. We got HFN Kirchner asks, can I do a perm, get the I-140 approved, and at the same time, I will file an I-130, I-45 through marriages is conflicting? It isn't. You can go ahead and do it. File your I-140. The company, remember, on the perm, a company's petitioning you with the I-140. You can have separately an I-130 pending. If you filed concurrently an I-45, that's fine. What you may do at some point is either file a second I-45 based on that approved I-140, or if you wish, request to interfile that and move that pending I-45 to the I-140 is the underlying basis, so long as the I-130 is still pending and a priority date's available. So you have options there, but sometimes the easiest and the one that will take less time is just filing a new I-45. You go for it.
Ooh, I have a great one for you, Go.
Mm,
You love this question actually, because you're the one who dealt with it. Do you want me to put it up for you?
Mm-hmm.
It's a question from Instagram.
Jesse Noor.
Read it in English.
Jeez.
Read it in English.
Good afternoon. I want to know, being Venezuelan and my partner, American,
Remember?
we live together in Colombia and we have a kid. Can I use this? Oh, okay. Jesus.
Remember?
Yeah. Can I use a remote, or let's just call it online, marriage in Utah to apply for an I-130? So I've done it. Yes, it's possible. Is it advisable? As long as the state of Utah says that this is a real marriage. I had the situation where the one person was in the US, but the partner was outside of the US. And I've had the situation that both of them are outside the US, in this case, China. Okay.
Mhm.
And they got married in Utah. And I studied it at that time. And I was like, at first I was like, how is this even legal to do it? And guess what? It is, because it's state law and Utah allows it. So Utah allows foreign nationals that are not in the United States or have visas to come to the US the ability to get married in the US.
It's so bizarre.
It is strange,
bizarre.
but it's allowed.
It's like
It's a
getting
valid
married
marriage.
in Vegas.
It's a valid marriage.
But then here's my question, Jesse.
Yeah.
If you're both in Colombia,
Just get married in Colombia.
just get married in Colombia. Yeah, you have to translate the marriage certificate. It's a hassle.
I just think it
Okay,
makes more
but
sense.
It makes much more
It
sense.
makes more sense getting married in Colombia.
Here's the thing. If Colombia recognizes that marriage certificate from Utah, even though it's online, I think you're golden.
But why
But-
do it is what we're trying to say.
Steph is saying, why do
Why?
Utah when both of you all are in Colombia, and we could just and a marriage in
Oh.
Colombia has the same veracity.
They haven't even
as-
done it yet.
as that.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not about registering the marriage. It's about like the fact that they
Sure.
haven't done it yet. What
You
should we
haven't
do?
done it yet. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
it's a valid marriage. They have a kid together. You know what I'm saying? Even though people go through crazy lengths for green cards.
No,
Yeah.
there's no way someone's having a child.
Here's the question
To
for
prove
the
a
chat.
marriage.
Has anybody had a kid to show that bona fides to make sure that they
No.
have no.
No.
Nobody on our chat, not our people. Our people aren't doing that
Yeah.
stupid thing.
Sure,
okay?
but does anyone know
ha-
of
that-
a
that
story?
Do you think
No way.
somebody has ever gone, let's just call it the extra mile,
No.
put one out there for the team, okay,
The extra
for the
18 miles.
purposes of evading U.S. immigration
No
laws?
way.
Are there this type of person out there? Do they exist?
That's
Do you
crazy.
you're just telling me right now that person doesn't exist?
That's
that would be
production.
crazy.
Okay.
That's
I'm
a
just
whole
saying.
movie production right there.
If
Oh,
you
wow.
know, we want to know. If you know, we want to know. We really do.
I'm
Send me the
talking.
trailer.
Talk to Al Brewer. Read him. Talk to him from the ledge.
It's you, Steph. You want to do it?
I was like, what are you talking about? It's for Gil, though. You talk.
Oh, hi, Gil. I'm getting really tired of waiting for a response. Yeah, I know. On my EB2NIW, March 2024, Argentina. What do you recommend I do at this point? Thank you. You are still within normal processing times, I'm pretty sure. If you give me 1 second, I'm gonna look it up for you. What day? If you tell me the date,
No, definitely within processing times.
yeah, it's
Just do
27
March
months.
1st,
It's 20.
2024,
It's
right?
27 months. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely
you,
within.
got to add 4 months minimum to it to be able to do a service request. You're not going to be able to do a service request yet, unfortunately. I definitely don't recommend you're going to pull the trigger on premium processing at this point. I can't recommend that. I think unfortunately you're in a situation that you're going to have to wait. On this show, somebody said that they had an approved EB2NIW without an RFE 3 years and 5 months.
Mhm.
Okay. That hasn't been my experience, but it was somebody's experience. Okay. The good news is they approved it. The problem is it took 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the issue. What would I do? I would consistently review the processing times, because sometimes they might go back. And then you're already in a place where you could immediately do a service request, and I would do it. How helpful are service requests? I have to do them, and I have to do multiple service requests. And what am I doing with the service request? Do I expect to get the approval just because I'm doing a service request? I do not. What I expect is I am creating a history of me attempting to resolve this issue with USCIS.
Exactly.
So then, after I've done multiple attempts and we still haven't gotten anywhere, then you start pulling out the congressman, congressperson, then you start doing the ombudsman, okay? And we go down that route. But you need to take these steps. So yes, I would do that, unfortunately. Other than that, what can you do? You could sue. Usually people don't want to sue the government, in my experience. It's a scary proposition, especially if you're applying for an immigration benefit, okay? So I'm just of the opinion that for now, right now, I can't wait that long. I understand.
Yeah.
I get you. I mean,
but the truth is, you can't even do a writ of mandamus until you've
no,
exhausted some of those
he could
options.
he could pop the
you know,
premium.
like-
I mean, he could pop the premium.
Sure.
Pop the premium. I mean,
pay
that's
premium.
you know, I'm against that at this stage of the game, to be honest with you. But you know, it's like these guys said. These guys want you to make your own decisions. I want you to listen to me.
Well, no. My decision changes for EB2 over EB1.
Absolutely.
For EB2, I wouldn't pay premium. For EB1, I might consider it. Bueno, Diego Arias. I'm a student. I've been studying languages for 3 years. Does the new law apply to me starting in September? I don't know, Diego. Your English looks pretty polished. Okay, so under the new regulations, you are grandfathered in. Now, you can remain in the United States without applying for an extension of status as long as the I-20 does not exceed November 14, 2030. I doubt a language program would be that far in the future anyway, so I think you're fine. Now, so you're clear to the end of your I-20, your current I-20, plus a 30-day grace period. And once it's coming close to the end of the I-20, if you want to remain in the United States, you would need to file an extension of status. Now, if you depart and if you travel, just note when you come back, they are going to give it to you for that limited period.
Yeah.
Hold on now. When they travel, do they need to go get the new visa issued at the U.S. consulate?
Supposedly, no. Supposedly, you can utilize the existing F1.
Even if the visa's expired in your passport?
If the visa's expired, yes, you need a new one, of
one,
course.
yeah.
But if you have an existing F1 that's not expired, you can enter with that one. But the
As long as it's DS,
I-94
unless it's DS.
correct. The I-94 will no longer
I'm sorry, the DS group of people.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll just be updated at that point. I'm skipping one quickly just to answer because it kind of goes to, I think, was it Ari's point regarding premium processing? So, Acerda, I filed my EB2 NIW premium processing a week ago. Realistically, how long before decision can I still make this visa bulletin? Don't worry about the visa bulletin so much. It takes 45 business days to get that response. So, if you're doing EB2 and IW premium processing, 45 business days. EB1 premium processing, 15 business days. Don't worry about the visa bulletin. I think you're going to be fine. If looking at it realistically, mathematically speaking, September, if everything goes well, is when you'd be concerned with filing an adjustment of status. So look at mid-August to see how the priority dates are there. Now, I skipped Camila. I don't know if we want to tackle that one.
Camila, it's so
Right.
funny. You're like, if I've seen this before. No, get Alexis out of there.
We've seen all of this before.
Camila, I dealt with your issue yesterday. Big ups to the best. Thank you. NIW priority date, November 23, RFE August 24, service request 1, unanswered. Typical. Service request 2, rejected by USCIS.
That happened to me recently too.
That was yesterday. This happened to me.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Attorney call USCIS. Tier 1, know the email issue. Okay. There's probably no email issue, by the way.
It's a lie.
Escalated to tier 2. Seen this before. Yes, I've seen it a lot. It is completely normal. Keep pushing have your attorney do another service request. The attorney should be doing the service request. You shouldn't be doing them. It's my preference. I'm the one that prefers to do them. Sometimes my clients do them and then they'll do them incorrectly or put the wrong information. Then you get mismatch. I was literally dealing with this yesterday. So I would tell you for now, continue and be steadfast with the service requests, and hopefully you'll have a resolution. You're getting close to the 3-year mark. I have noticed that post RFE, I received a decision, guys, last week on an EB2NIW I-140 that we responded to the RFE March 2025.
Miércoles.
More than a year.
Wow.
So you're
More than a
talking
year.
15 months.
Mhm.
So don't be surprised.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but look, she had RFE August 2024.
Before, yeah.
Okay. It's crazy. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
think
Sorry, Camila.
keep pushing. I know they're taking 60 business days.
To respond. Yeah.
So, maybe that's part of it too. I think next step is ombudsman.
I would say so, as long as we get I would say 3 service requests, then the ombudsman.
Sure.
You could do after 2, but I like to have 3.
It takes so long nowadays.
I say after 3, or at least do the third one and show the ombudsman that you made a third effort. So
Yeah,
what's the role of the ombudsman? That's an independent office that within the Department of Homeland Security that is able to assist you with cases where you're not receiving a final result on, basically. Okay, we do use it a lot. It is a great resource. Last year, famously, Trump suspended that office from operations because they're just being them. And then now things are moving again with that office, and we're seeing assistance, and it's good. Okay, it's good. And I guess also since a lot of people were not making ombudsman requests, I've noticed that they're responding quicker to me on my
Yeah,
requests.
they do well. They do
By
well.
the way, the email issue where they were like, "Oh, this isn't the email we have on file," that was with the ombudsman. The one that happened to me this week.
Really?
Oh,
I was like, "Okay, what other? I have been working here for a very long time. What other email do you think you have?" Anyway.
Maybe a typo.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Aserfat from Instagram. Do I need
I'm
to
sorry.
do
Did you say Astrofat?
Aserfat?
Oh,
Aserfat.
oh, okay.
I mean, that's what the name is. Do I need to do something with my F1 visa? I'm just finished my university and in the last week received my work permit with my OPT. All right, the regulations are indicating if you are present in the United States as of September 15, 2026, and you already have your OPT or already filed your OPT, you are perfectly fine and you do not need to file a separate extension of status. Now, the question is, if you travel, you are going to be admitted, by the way, to the end of your OPT period plus a 30-day grace period.
It's the 30
But you're
day
good to
grace
go.
period.
You have nothing to change.
Let's move in. All right, Marissa Lopez. My change of status from B2 was denied. My husband has a pending asylum. If he adds me as a beneficiary and later I leave the country and try to apply for an EB2 consular, could that be a problem? It could. Depends. How long were you out of status, out of legal presence, more so, to see if you're subject to the 3 and 10-year bars. So between the B2 denial and the date that you file and join your husband's asylum, that time will be considered. Between 180 days and 1 year, it's automatic 3-year bar. More than a year, automatic 10-year bar. There really isn't a waiver for employment-based bars, so 3 or 10-year bars, so that could be an issue. I think you really need to decide what you want to do, Marissa.
So what you're saying is that she needs to have a baby so she has a waiver opportunity?
Oh man, look at that! No, she would have
stop
to be
saying that.
in 21
It's even
years.
worse than what I said.
Oh my
In
God, I'm
21
sorry. No.
years. Yeah, Marissa, I think you really need to plan there and have a little bit of a strategy. How likely is your EB2 to be approved? How likely is your husband's asylum petition to be approved? Maybe have alternate options. You want to move fast. You want to have a consultation soon because the closer you get to the 180-day window, it just doesn't look good.
That's the thing is, though, is the EB2NIW approved yet?
It's not
Like,
even
I
filed.
It's not even
I don't
filed.
think it's even
Not even
filed.
filed.
So
Like,
that's why EB2 consular, I'm thinking that person's going to depart the United States.
And how far along is the husband's asylum? And
Yeah.
what's like so many issues there. You're right now, Marissa, at the precipice where you can make a great decision for yourself, and it may be departing the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay, as
Leaving
long
your
as
husband.
and I'm not saying to leave your husband. I'm just saying you might want to leave the U.S. because you're still going to have possibilities,
Yeah.
including visas, green cards, etc. Here's the
Absolutely.
issue: you would really help your husband out much more departing the U.S.,
Mhm.
getting a green card that he will be able to potentially benefit from at that stage, or at a minimum, when you become a United States citizen, could definitely benefit from that. So I'm just saying, like, it's either I try to improve the situation for both of us, or we're both in the same boat.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, so
Perfectly said.
I think I'm just a little. I would say personally, and I understand it's not easy to make those decisions. I think the move would be probably departure within the 60 in less than 6 months from the denial of the change of status. Okay.
Also, why was the change of status denied?
Maybe documentation wasn't provided. Maybe they don't believe her. Maybe the country ties. I don't think she's going back.
I think that's relevant.
Maybe
they knew the husband.
the
already had
husband
asylum
the husband
That's-
has
that's
an
my
asylum
point, yeah.
pending in the United
F1
States.
in town.
You know, so yeah.
luck, Melissa.
Hey, Druber, how are you? Druber had a day this morning.
Air hug.
You had a day
He's-
today?
He had a day. He had
A good day?
He had a day.
Okay.
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
He had a day, and it's gonna be good.
It'll eventually be good.
Oh, I know it's gonna be good. Yeah. I'm just not loving
You have to
the
take the ones from
translation.
Instagram.
I'm not loving the translations.
I'm gonna translate it.
How about this? No,
I'm not-
definitely not you.
That's not the one.
Anybody but you. Gabby Vera Jordan, Attorney Gill, I have an asylum and a family petition pending for 4 years. Can I leave the U.S. and wait abroad until my petition is processed and then return without issues? The without issues part is the issue. Okay. So look, you really need to have a consultation. Okay. Because this is what happens. I have an asylum pending. Then I have a family-based petition. What type of family-based petition? Marriage to a United States citizen, USC child, very different. My parents petitioned me and they're LPRs. Am I leaving? I'm going to leave the U.S. to consular process that case. I would say you're going to, you have a high degree of uncertainty there on what's going to actually happen at that immigration interview. I'm not convinced they'll give you the visa. Okay. I'm not convinced they'll give you the immigrant visa. There's always a risk that that's denied. If it's denied, listen, it's going to be a problem. Depending on the I-130. If it's like marriage based, for example, I'm more of a proponent. Like, yes, you could probably depart, and worst case scenario, you're going to need a waiver application. As long as you've never been out of status and accrued unlawful presence, I have no issue people departing the U.S. Okay, but the idea that I'm going to do this process and I may have absolutely no issues with it, no, it's not true. Yeah, there's pitfalls along the way, and there's issues, and also it might turn into a very lengthy process from abroad. So sometimes, and I know people don't love this advice, guys, but I do give it. It's that everybody wants me to do a case for them. Yo, do an EB-2NIW, do a perm for me, do an EB-1, do this, do that. And I'm like, great, we could do that. You're going to have to do it through the consulate because you have an asylum application pending. Are you willing to go ahead and travel and do these things, knowing full well that there's no way to guarantee that the officer will give you an immigrant visa? Okay. So depending on your individual situation and what the family relationship is, it's going to be dependent on what we advise. Okay.
A lot of factors in play.
Miss Mari, our process is in the pause. We had our immigrant visa interview in Colombia. We saw that the pause was lifted, but nothing has happened. What should wait? So the pause that was temporarily lifted is for the 19 countries, which was for adjudication of their cases, including I-129, I-140, I-539, I-765, I-131. That is not the 75 country pause on immigrant visa issuance abroad for individuals in your situation that are, for instance, Colombia. Colombia is on the 75 country list. So again, I'm going to repeat that so that's just very, very clear. There is a 75 country pause on immigrant visa issuance at the consulate. That remains. The pause that was temporarily lifted because a court decided that it was unlawful and USCIS said they would abide by it, the one that has been taken away, is the 19 country pause on adjudication of all cases. So you are still waiting. You're still in line. There's no news on the 75 countries just yet.
Nothing just yet. Here we go. Oh man, every time you delete. And here is Gerta. Hi, I have a TN visa. My wife is a TD. Is there a way for her to work? Not legally. No, she would have to get her own proper visa. She does have a right to live and study in the United States, but employment under TD is not an option. Kind of streaming through these fast, guys. It's 5 p.m.
Oh,
Just go ahead, pump it out. Keep going, Alex.
it's 5 p.m.
Yeah, here we go. I don't even know what I'm touching here. Vicky, I will marry my
That's what she
USC
said.
boyfriend in
Exactly what she said.
September and file petitions for myself and my son after he turns 18 in November. Will we have a separate immigration interview because he is over 18? Well, you'll both have separate petitions, right? because it's a USC petitioning their spouse and child. Now, your son, after he turns 18 in November, I guess you guys, if you get married after he's 18,
She says he'll marry him in September.
oh, September, sorry. So he turns 18 in November. So it'll
But
be
but tell her that.
yeah, exactly. Be sure to be married before your child's 18. That's number one. There'll be 2 separate petitions. United States citizen petitioning immediate relative is per person. There are no derivative beneficiaries. So therefore, one will be for the foreign national spouse and for the foreign national child. There will technically be separate interviews because they are separate petitions. Maybe
They'll put them
for same
together.
date and time.
They'll be
probably put them
together.
together.
But yeah, exactly. In all intents and purposes, they should time them for the same date and time. Good luck, Vicky, and congratulations on your wedding. You got one, Steph?
Do you want to go ahead and self-invite yourself to the wedding?
I mean, I'm willing to host the ceremony.
Oh,
It
wow.
won't be my first. Not my last either.
Let me go to Bellu. If I recall, Bellu's a dancer. Friend came on in 02 for a show, stayed 8 months. I-94 allowed it. Would this affect a future 01 application? No. Call me. No, you're fine. They're okay. They stayed. Yeah, I mean, the 02 is valid. I know.
We're trying to do rapid fire.
Let's talk a little bit about this. I'm kidding. Go.
Edgar Solorzano received an RFE because my passport is expired. Venezuelan, have you received any RFEs about this? All the time. Just provide the CBP guidance on the website where they say that the Venezuelan passport is valid for 10 years from the date of expiration. Include the passport, include the CBP, and done.
Let's just say his RFE's already been handled.
Ah, bueno.
Handle.
Ah, bueno. Entonces, Edgar,
He just, wants to make sure with Stephanie Matza,
who run the world, Stephanie? Thanks, Velo.
who run the world.
Thanks, Radlo. Come on, rapid fire, guys.
I'm not sure.
Gil,
what that
how
means.
can I contact you?
You could contact me. People like to do
right
via
here.
smoke. You could do
That's how you usually
what is
call
it?
it.
Remember that? But that's
Pigeon?
not no. Oh, pigeon. Yeah, you could go pigeon.
I
No.
don't remember it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, go beltranbrito.com, contact us,
Oh.
put just put me, Gil, so I flag it. It's flagged, it comes to me, and then I'll look at it and we'll
Erica, I-45, I-140 EB1 approved. Now I have I-45 interview in Tampa in 10 days. What should I expect? Timeline B2, E2, F1, F2 current, EB1 approved. If you want help with interview prep, we can certainly do that. We often schedule consultations just for interview prep, even if you were never a client for the EB1. Feel free.
You're not gonna tell her?
No, schedule a call.
You better know your entire immigration history, especially that E2 that I saw in there, because I don't know why. That E2 to F1 is fishy to me. I see that E2 to F1, I'm like, what happened to that E2 company? What was the situation? Was I a spouse? Was it my husband's? Were we separated? We actually weren't married at that time. A lot of things.
A lot going on.
Yes.
Just to give this to Clara. Oh, go for it.
Go ahead.
No, just because Clara. One last thing. DSO, who has more authority? The new one, the old one, they both do, but I think the new one is kind of going to go over it, right?
I think the new
Yeah,
one.
I
The new
agree.
one it's in their best interest to get you studying with them.
Yeah.
So they're going to work harder
And
for
they're the
you.
ones clearing everything with Sevis.
Did you just say Sevis?
Sevis.
Like it's
Sevis.
it's Spanish?
Like Beavis.
And Sevis?
Beavis?
Sevis.
Sevis?
Usis.
Ulcis?
Ulcis? Sevis. Sevis.
Here, Druber wants to drop some knowledge. He went to his interview. I wasn't going to say anything, Druber, but since you put it out there, I'm going to say it. Druber went to his interview and had his interview based on an approved EB1A this morning. Okay. Individual who has been here many years in the U.S. on lengthy non-immigrant visas and everything. Okay. Clearly qualified for an EB1. Case was approved. Went to his interview this morning. Almost a 2-hour interview.
Wow.
Okay. Focusing on, evidence about his career, which thank God he has a lot of, and he continues to be very,
Work
very active.
authorization, everything.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
a couple things that we're asking about. Let's talk about that because it's good for people to know.
Erica. pay
Erica,
attention.
make notes. So one thing that they were talking about was his previous visas. okay, and they're asking which is always a possibility that they go into your history, your
So
immigration
odd.
history, but they're asking specific questions about visas, sponsors, work, stuff like that. The very good news is his visas were structured a particular way by us to make sure that there's no issues, okay? Which there weren't, okay? And apparently the officer accepted that. Like,
What,
you
did
know
they
what I'm
want proof of payments?
yeah, like they want to see like, oh, who's this? You know, does this so and so have a company? For example, the sponsor. No, it's a representative of one. There's no need for a company. It's an individual. Like, that's it. You know. So I actually think the interview was not that bad. It just like at the end of the day, but it was just lengthy.
Boring.
It's three of them. It's also scary, and it's I'm not concerned about it. I have seen I saw an extremely negative interview last week for a marriage-based case.
Mhm.
Did you?
They separated the individuals.
Mhm.
It was extremely aggressive, but here's the worst part. They brought in the foreign national first, asked all the questions to the foreign national, and then brought in the United States citizen with the foreign national in the office asking the questions to the United States citizen, which is unheard of.
Oof.
If you're ever separated, I've been in enough of those interviews to tell you this is how it works. You're separated. The United States citizen gets interviewed
Of
first.
course.
Mhm.
It's the I-130,
And they also threaten them.
of course. So then they do about 100 questions for an hour. Then they swap the person with the foreign national. The USC goes, has a seat outside, and then they ask about 50, 60 questions to the foreign national to see if you match
See
up or
what
not.
overlaps.
But how are you asking questions in front of both of them, but separated the foreign national initially? So I think I actually think it's going to work out for her because her answers are, and by the way, it's a real relationship. It's a real thing or whatever.
Were they
You
your
know?
client, or did they come to you after the interview?
No, they were my client.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I
they
was
were
curious
they
about that.
were my client. I prepared them. I always say, like, yeah, obviously it's always possible that they separate you at an interview, and these are the types of questions that they could ask you. But they were getting into some aggressive questions, to the point of like, what's the color of the sheets on the bed?
Wow.
Dios mío.
How many windows does the apartment have, for example, or just things of this nature? And it's like, like, as long as you coincide with the majority of that, even if a couple
course.
things are off, or at least arguably off. But I just don't understand what USCIS is going to argue when the fact that both of them were in the room with the second round of questioning. That's what I don't understand. Because I'm like, how are you going to say that one person answered this way and the other when both of them were there at the same time?
Right.
So you didn't you didn't separate them. So like it wasn't
Very
separate.
odd.
So I'm like,
Why?
you either separate me, okay, and give me a separate interview or not. Anyways, so
I
yeah.
will say with the employment base, sometimes they're a little bit tricky because officers are not always familiar, at least at the local field office, with some of these
point.
non-immigrant visas, like potentially an O1 and maybe EB1 category. Less than 10,000 people get that classification.
They barely
You get
see
me?
that.
So the-
they
the
barely
person-
see
Especially
it.
like North
Yeah.
Carolina. They don't
Yeah.
see that.
They're not gonna
Or
see that.
even Miami, wherever it is. But guess what? Most popular, H-1B, a company petitions you. Everyone understands that.
Yes.
So I'm not surprised either that an
Yeah.
officer
I'm
kinda,
going to
like,
tell you,
went in.
I've had
But I'm
multiple
unconcerned.
EB1s that
Mhm.
have the interviews
Mhm.
when they've been interviewed. It's been a little aggressive
Sure.
on the on are you still working in your field and this and that. But I could tell you, I think every single one of them, except one because of a particular issue, was approved.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Unrelated to the
One was a
EB1.
particular issue about legal status having nothing to do with
Yep,
the petition.
Yep.
Okay. But other than that scenario, like by and large, I see good results
Nothing,
with
yeah,
EB1
nothing positive
interviews,
or
you know,
positive.
but I thought it was noteworthy mentioning my client's marriage-based interview because it's been a while since I've seen one like that,
I haven't seen an aggressive one in a long time.
but it's also completely flipped on its head. And I believe that they did the completely wrong process. And by the way, I actually believe that's like actionable. Like I think there's something there if it goes south. Anyways,
You got approval. in
Last
90
question
days,
for
nothing to
you.
worry.
With Druber, did they ask or did they mention anything about the Venezuelan pause?
I don't think he mentioned anything about that. No, they didn't mention anything. But at the end of the day, there's no Venezuelan pause.
That's why.
Yeah, there is none.
I want to make
There
sure
is
that the
none.
officer was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're good here."
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that's not an issue. By the way, guys, I've already seen plenty of Venezuelan cases
Mhm.
approved.
Green cards.
Green cards approved. I've already
Yeah.
seen them. It's already happened. I'm not TPS people, by the way.
It's not
TPS
us.
people. TPS people approved green card.
Bueno, mi gente.
No more.
It's 5:10.
What's wrong with you?
Stephanie está cansada.
We're here for the people.
We're just warming up.
We talked half an hour, just nonsense.
Oh my
You know what?
God.
There was a
And
lot
then
of
you went
news,
through your
yeah.
meltdown that you weren't appreciated, and we had diverging,
Thank you. That was very
opinions.
kind.
All
All right. I'll drop a quick
How
one.
about how about this? How about this? How
a
about
rapid fire one?
No, we gotta
I got
let
it,
our
I got it,
people.
I got
Our
it.
people are take care of us. You know, these are our people. We gotta take care of our people. Hold up. Alexis would know the answer to this one. Go ahead.
Here we go. Hello, what's up, Cruz? Is it true that there's a new rule for the J1 visa for teachers and au pairs? 3 years can make an extension for only for a year because the last two were the extensions were a year. I'm not absolutely. I know the J1 is affected with the new rule,
Yes.
but I'm not too sure about.
I think
the
there is
1 year
a change.
extension.
I think there's actually a change because they were mentioning. I think a couple people have mentioned it to me. Stephanie is
Yeah.
looking into it aggressively right
Yeah,
now.
to see.
She is going full blown into J1 au pairs.
It's a lot to read, Cruz. We've read a lot over the past 2 days.
Yeah, let's tell Cruz we'll have a better answer for us. Cruz, ask
Yeah.
us again on the Thursday show,
Yeah.
please,
I-
por
I think
favor.
it's true, though.
I think it is true, and I think I'm not sure she was not though. She was in Colombia. She wasn't in on a J1 right now.
No.
But yes, they're trying to do that to any visa that was long, like an F1, like a J1. These lengthy
Yeah.
visas that people could be here for longer periods of time, and sometimes, right? So this is all, it makes sense because did J1s have expiration or was it DS as well?
The DS
Was it DS based on the?
it was based on the DS
DS
2019,
2019.
but yeah, there's an expiration just like
Yeah.
an I-20.
Right.
So,
But they were always usually admitted for DS on the I-94.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's my point. Yeah, they was treated like that. Anything? Cruz, give
I
us
have
till
read more
Thursday,
through it. I have to read
guys.
more through it.
All right, now it's over.
Now we're gonna finish all that. Next week we'll have
Enjoy
more
your Tuesday.
answers, more
Show-
information.
Show 38. I can't even believe this was show 38. Can you believe this
Episode
was
38.
episode 38?
World
Should
Cup
have a
soap?
party for episode 50.
Let's wait till 100.
Let's wait.
Bye guys.